Well, welcome back YouTubers and toy train buffs to another running session on the Edge of Town layout. In the last video, I ran the Marx Rocky Mountain Express, which has the fairly plain version of the William Crooks engine. And back then, a couple days ago, I said that I was going to pull out the tin passenger cars that went with the fancier William Crooks engine. Well, I did that, but I got sidetracked along the way, and I started pulling out as many old timers as I had out here in the cave. Now, problem with that is Marx made the William Crooks, and they made the William Crooks uh, combine and coach cars as old timer rolling stock, and then they kind of stopped. They never carried the old timer theme any further. You won't see any original Marx uh, rolling stock with truss rods and whatnot. They just, I don't know, they called it a day, which is a shame. However, new Marx slash Ameritrains back in the 90s, they did in fact carry the old timer theme further. And that's mostly what we're running today. But first, there's a couple of things to cover. So anyway, last week I ran this engine, which came with this plastic 1st Division St. Paul and Pacific tender. And then Marx also made this tender, the Tales of Wells Fargo, and you'll notice this has the tilt automatic or scissors couplers to accommodate the coach and the combine. And I couldn't run this one with this train because the cars that I'm going to show you all have tab and slot couplers, but that wasn't the biggest issue. I'll come to that in a second. So having the desire to run tin, I pulled out my tin-litho old-timer new Marx cars. Plus, you'll notice this is considered a rare tender. This is the tin-litho version of the plastic 1st Division St. Paul and Pacific Railroad. It has, this particular version has a plastic dummy knuckle coupler. But as with so many Marx trains, there's an issue. See if you can see that. The drawbar is on the tender is a good 1/4 inch lower than the one up on the engine. They don't mate. So come on, Marx. So this tender had to go with the William Crooks, right? So now I'm wondering what version of the William Crooks ran with this tender. So this right here has to be lower, or to accommodate the drawbar. So what I did, I had a bunch of these track lock-ons from Marx, and I took one that was pretty rusty. It was a piece of junk, really. I nipped off the sides here so I can slide that through the base. Then I took this piece off, and essentially I took the metal strip, cut it, notched it, bent it, and made a connector for the two. I don't have sheet metal stock here in the cave, so I don't use it. I have no use for it. So I resorted to doing that. This metal strip by itself is too wide to fit into the slots here, so I had to notch it. Alright, it works. Works just fine. I ran this train for a while yesterday and was running it again today, and that arrangement works just fine. So what else we got? So this is new Marx, and if you can see it, all right, it has the truss rods, faux truss rods to be sure, but they're there, giving this the old-timer look. And this is what I was after. So I pulled out the old frothing slush. I had a couple of those. Then I have, I'll move that out of the way, the Drury's, well, there goes the billboard. Drury's, whatever. Drury Brewery. Then I've got the new Marx boxcar, and it's lettered for the St. Paul and Pacific. And then there's the St. Paul and Pacific caboose. The guys at New Marx also made, I believe, a Denver and Rio Grande drover's caboose and a couple other old timers, which I do not have. So, for now this works. So let's just do a running session here. And again, I've got to find that sweet spot on the transformer for this to run without incident. Starting to speed up, warming up. Okay. Bring her on home. Okay. Running some of these old Marx trains is like watching the ICE. It's like, whoom! Holy cow. And there is this, that's it. It just doesn't go slow. Not that engine. Alrighty. Nice running session. Nice cars. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this would look good being pulled by a Canadian Pacific type engine or something. I don't know. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the Oldtimer, the Oldtimer engine and Oldtimer cars. So, hope you enjoyed this running session of the Edge of Town layout. Hit like, comment if you want to, or not. Subscribe, and tschüss, auf Wiedersehen, adieu. Bye, y'all.